Well, that's no good.
What happened?
We have no camera. What is going on today?
What do we do?
Hold on. Technical difficulties, everybody. This is the Blackout Show. What the hell? These have worked all day long, and now they've just decided to not work.
That's weird.
I
It's
know.
never happened before.
Yeah.
It's only when you absolutely need them to work.
Yep.
First time we have
So
people
yeah,
in the studio.
we're laying the mood right now, everybody.
Yeah.
This is classic Pangolin, right?
This is totally we're.
Mistakes at the last minute.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta go under the table, everybody.
We have to give you guys a grand entrance. This is
Watch it down there. That's my foot.
Hey, easy there.
My
No,
leg.
this does not look right from here. Whoa, what's going on down there? Are you giving our guests a special treat, Johnny? Is that it?
Absolutely. We're doing it.
That's why the screen is dark. It's blacked out. You can't see what's going on in the studio.
This is absolutely horrible. I'm gonna have to put the
The
camera
camera's on, the
you
lights are
guys.
off. That's what's.
Yeah. So yeah, we're actually in the dark right now.
Yeah, we're yeah.
But they can hear us. Don't
Yeah.
worry, folks. We're here.
Sets the mood.
This has literally been working until I hit go.
That's
Hey,
weird.
you don't have to tell us about technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Johnny Bronto
Hey
here.
guys, how's
I'm
it
here
going?
with Melissa Lukac, and welcome to the show, everybody. There we go.
Hey.
That's all the people. They're
The spooky
frozen.
show. They're frozen
That's
too.
us.
Jesus.
Oh, you got Oogie in there.
Oogies. Wow, that was a little while ago. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on
we're
1
back.
second.
That
That's
is
a good-
strange.
Hey!
Hey!
We have some video.
Okay, well, we have you guys. That's all that matters. You
yeah,
guys are
I
more
should
important.
All right.
We can this
What
way.
in
Yeah,
the-
we'll get over here.
Oh.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, yeah.
Hi.
Get in good. Get in good.
Howdy.
All right. So this is Pangolin,
We are.
and Pangolin is. How did you describe the band?
Bad.
Okay, the worst band in Orlando.
As we've been described by some folks on Twitter as a shitty Orlando band, but
We own that.
but we own that term.
Compliment's a compliment, right?
We've trademarked that term.
There's
So
no such thing as bad press.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
True.
Awesome. Okay. Well, while we are figuring out our video, if you would, we do the elevator pitch in the beginning of the show. So I'd like you to go from left to right, introduce yourself from left to right, and tell us who you are, what you do in the band, and give us a little bit of history on Pangolin.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the history part up to Gary. Hi, I'm John. I play bass.
Hi, John. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
I'm Kenneth. I play guitar and do some backing vocals.
I'm Gary, and I do fronting vocals, I guess you could say. And not here with us today, but with us here in spirit, appropriately for HauntScene.
No. Set the mood.
Is our drummer Billy, who is single-handedly supporting the Orlando punk scene by being in every band.
He's
So
every single band.
I think Billy's probably watching at home. So, but yeah, essentially we're an Orlando pop punk band. We started in 2016 back in Georgia, which is where I used to live, and in 2018 I had an opportunity to move here, and I was fully prepared to just kind of like throw the whole thing away. And instead of doing that, I met some mutual friends down here, and Pangolin was essentially like defunct. But then I met a mutual friend of Kenneth's, who Kenneth was like, "Hey, Pangolin sounds pretty cool. I like the style," and he was like, "If you were down to do something like that, we were gonna like actually start a different band and
A whole new band.
a whole new band." And Kenneth was like, "Hey, if you wanted to just keep doing stuff with Pangolin, I'd be down to do that too." So I was like, I mean, yeah, it'd be ridiculous not to like keep, because we had wrote a bunch of songs already before I moved to Orlando. So I was like, yeah, I mean, why throw it all away when we've got all these songs that like nobody's heard, because we hadn't really done much before I moved to Orlando. And so I asked the guys, the old members of the band, and we actually had our original drummer that started with us when we first started doing shows in Orlando too, Oscar. And he helped us like get started and get things going, and then he went off to join another band in Savannah, and we ended up getting a local drummer. But I asked the other guys, and they're like, "Yeah, you'd be crazy not to. Go for it. Like, keep it going." So we just kept it going, and we've released a compilation of old songs from before I moved to Orlando, and then we put out Volume 2. No, that's The Spirit, which is our second album. We did that. What year did that come out?
2019.
2019. Wait, 2018?
2019.
Yeah.
2019.
Halloween 2019.
So that was our first album with the current lineup. And then during COVID, we were like, well, we don't really know like what to do because shows were gone. It wasn't safe to do shows. Like we didn't want to put any of our friends or people who liked our music in danger or anything like that.
Right.
So there we go.
Yay!
So.
Move the microphone a little bit.
Low on YouTube.
You guys might need to project more.
Hello, I am Gary, loud man. Here, sorry. We'll move that in closer.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Hopefully that's a little bit better. So we so during COVID we were like, well, what are we gonna do? Because like we got all this original material that we wanted to wait to tour with, before we put out. So we had like a whole 12-song album that we just kind of put on the back burner and waited to like finish recording with Billy in the studio and stuff. And we were like, let's do a cover album. So we did a cover album of 5 cover songs, and we released that during COVID, and that was a lot of fun.
And we made a like 23-minute video special to go with it of like live stream performances and comedy sketches and silliness and stuff to go along with it.
Yeah.
So, because instead of live shows, we did, we tried to make as much online shows plus, like not just performances, but like we like to do a lot of extra silly stuff to go along with the music. Yeah.
So like, so we established at that point, it's like, all right, we're having a lot of fun doing like all this crazy video stuff and all these crazy skits and sketches. And we basically turned into a bad improv troupe. That also makes pop punk albums.
Nice.
So that's kind of where we're at now. But yeah, so we put out that cover album and the accompanying VHS for Good Songs Played Poorly. And then
yeah, see, we called ourselves shitty before.
Yeah, we have it on record. Our album says that we're a shitty Orlando band. So
you said it before anyone else did.
Yeah,
so that's good. That's good.
So it can only go up from there.
Yeah. So
Nice.
and then that brings us to now. To today.
Very cool.
This moment.
And now we're on HauntScene.
And now we're on HauntScene.
I mean,
Now
now
you
you've made it.
Now you made the peak.
Or we've made it. I don't know.
We made it, yeah, by having you on.
We've made each other, I guess. Awesome.
I feel like we've made it because I've been watching you guys forever.
I don't think you've peaked yet until you've been on HauntScene.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
take note, future guests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
America.
Orlando pop punk band.
Yep. Awesome. All right, I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Because, okay, what are you doing? What are you
What's
doing?
going on?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Hold on. I had it working on this
John,
one.
pull that in towards you a little bit too, because if mine was low, yours probably is too.
All right, give me 1 second. We're going to make a little adjustment. This is going to be the magic of live television.
It's a
Johnny
free
always makes it-
free show, folks.
There we go. There we
There
go.
we go.
Transform.
Always make it work.
Stretch. There we go.
Hey.
Look at that. Okay, cool. All right. Look at that.
Johnny knows how to work the kinks out of it.
Professional. Yes.
Look at that.
Just okay. What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Brown. We're with
Hello.
HauntScene. With me, as always, my lovely, beautiful co-host Melissa Lukac. How are you doing?
I'm
Are you
good.
wearing your
How you
holy?
doing?
Are you still wearing your holy
Nope,
shirt?
this is the non-holy shirt.
I don't know. That looks like a hole
Stop!
right there.
Just stop pointing out.
Oh my God.
Get over it.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So we've got Pangolin in the studio here, and now that we're all on camera, which is good, let's go to all of the stuff that I want to talk about. Now, we didn't get together a bunch of questions, but what we're going to do is we're just going to show a bunch of images, and that's going to lead to a big reveal later on, which I've seen. You have not seen it yet.
I have not seen it
Which
yet.
I'm really excited about. But let's go ahead and do this. So I put together like a little slideshow. Hold on. There we go again.
I saw the pictures, but I was wondering what that meant. So we'll find out.
So apparently, yeah, we're gonna find that out. Okay, cool. So you've been putting out cryptic pictures, much like a haunt reveal, over the last what was it, the last week or two, I guess.
Past
4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
I don't know. It all feels like it's a long time.
Sure.
Do you want to move that microphone up a little bit away from your face there, Gary? There we go. That way we can see your beautiful
There
mug.
we go. This
Perfect.
ugly mug.
Perfect.
Wow.
All right. If you guys have any questions for Pangolin, I'll have all their social media and everything up a little bit later. But these cryptic images right here, we have talked about the albums This is what we should have been showing, I guess.
Oh yeah, there they are.
I love the ghost with the sheets.
Thank you. That was for
That's
volume
nice
2.
touch.
Yep.
Volume
Yeah.
2. Now that's the spirit.
Yep. Clever name.
That is the spirit.
That is the spirit.
That's awesome.
That-
Now-
that's the spirit.
Where can people find your music?
Yeah, we're on everywhere that there's music streaming. So like Spotify, Tidal,
Apple Music.
Amazon, Walmart Music. I don't think that's a thing, but if maybe, I don't know. But anywhere there's like streaming music, it's
Could
like
be.
100.
Joe's
Spotify.
Crabjack
Jo-
Radio.
Joe's Crabjack Radio.
Joe's Crab
Just
Shack.
standing on the corner with a CD.
Yeah.
Yo, listen to my mixtape.
Yeah, we're a regular at Hoagie Fest each year at Wawa.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we
Which Wawa? All of them.
all of them.
All of
Yeah,
them.
It's a tour.
it's a tour. Yeah, just anywhere that you stream music, you can find all of our stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's where you can find the things of our past,
Mm-hmm.
which we're still very proud of, and we have a lot of original Pangolin stuff to come in the future
We have
next year as well.
We have a full length 12-track album that's written and demoed, and we could honestly release the demos today and it would be pretty good.
Yeah,
But we decided to put a hold on that for the moment.
yeah, we're gonna be hooking up hopefully with one of the best studios in Orlando to track some of that stuff.
Oh, cool.
So next year sometime. So
You also talked about your cover album,
That is a pretty cool count.
Yeah.
playing Rock Band here.
Good songs playing poorly.
Yeah.
And I've listened to
Straight
this
to the
several
point.
times. You give us a rundown of the track listings. I think you got like 5 or 6 tracks on this one.
So this was the cover album that we put out during COVID when we were trying to figure out what to do instead of just like twiddling our thumbs. But
I've gotten
Which
really
is
good
what
at that.
everyone was. Well, which was everyone was pretty much doing during quarantine. Let's be honest here.
for sure, Kenneth, John, help me out with the track listing. I'm drawing a blank.
We got Easy Lover
Mhm.
by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey.
Yep.
We got Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran.
Ooh.
Nice.
Do
Do
We got Steel Claw
Steel Claw by Tina Turner.
by Tina Turner. Then we got the Fake Out track. What's
My
the
Dreams.
song? You Make My
You
Dreams.
Make My Dreams Come True by Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates.
But it starts like
It's
um,
Bulls on Parade.
Bulls on Parade.
Yeah, it sounds like Bulls on Parade when it starts, but then it becomes You Make My Dreams. And then we close it out with Any Way You Want It by Journey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, can I play this? I can play this, right?
sure.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's what do we want? What do we want? Hungry Like the Wolf?
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Sure.
Let's
Let's
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give a little tease here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm playing this right from Spotify, so if you have a Spotify subscription or you get the free version, go ahead and play that, but check this out.
Cool.
You have to sing.
On cue.
I was
on cue.
expecting a full musical.
I know.
performance.
Hey,
I
I know.
mean, Jesus.
I mean, you guys are here. Might as well.
You didn't even bring like a triangle.
An interesting thing is that laugh at the beginning of that if you know the song, there's like a woman laughing at the beginning of
Yeah.
the that laugh is actually Tommy Wiseau from The Room.
Oh, that's
we
right.
pulled that from
Oh, really?
The Room.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
a callback
awesome.
to a song and music video that we did on
I love the
Yeah.
Volume
Room.
2 about The Room.
You ever seen The Room?
I have not.
What?
Ooh.
You haven't seen The Room? Did you see the
What?
disaster plan?
The
Or whatever it
Disaster
was?
Artist?
That's what
Yeah.
the
Is
tra-
the room
Yeah.
the one the guy's in the room and he like shuts the door and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one?
tearing me
Yes, yeah. He
Yeah.
shuts the door. He's reading the script and shuts the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Disaster Artist.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
That's the
that's the
movie.
one.
about
There's
That's
the
that.
what I
movie,
saw.
and then there's like the movie of the making of the movie played by actors. It's like a recreation.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
James Franco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's what I saw. Okay, no, I haven't
All right.
seen it yet.
Yet another movie that we have to put on Melissa's list.
I don't know how I felt about that one, but I guess I'll check it out.
The Room?
Yeah.
Oh, you got.
I didn't know how. I
it's
saw,
a must
yeah.
watch.
Must watch.
Okay.
It will
Must
change
watch.
your life.
We wrote a song about one of the most absurd scenes from that.
Yeah,
movie.
it's the dialogue from the whole scene. We just used that as the lyrics to a song and turned the whole scene into a song.
Yeah, and we made a music video for that too. We made a puppet show
Oh wow.
that
We made a
recreated
puppet
that
show.
scene with like stick puppets and like cutouts from
Yeah.
the frames of the film.
Printed out screenshots, cut the characters out, and glued them to chopsticks, and made little puppets
Yeah,
of every shot.
We printed out like 120 frames from that scene and cut each one out like with an X-Acto knife and glued them all to chopsticks and basically like had them like shadow puppets in front of the like.
We made a behind the scenes video of that too. Actually, there's like a little making of
Oh yeah,
That Pangolin show.
yeah. We did like a little YouTube video series called That Pangolin Show for a little bit.
Is
And we showed,
that
like,
is on your
on our
Pangolin
YouTube channel.
Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I've got all the links and everything, and you got like a link tree and all that stuff.
Cool,
so
cool.
Awesome.
very cool.
I would also like to point out that the song choice of "Hungry Like the Wolf" to do it as a cover was because it was used in the pre-show to Marathon of Mayhem at Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
The couple dozen times that I saw that show, every time I would be
I
there.
saw that like every night of the event.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was a great show.
It
Yeah.
was a must.
Yeah.
So it's the best
I-
thing I've ever seen.
I
in my
hope
life.
they bring something like that back this year. Yeah.
But yeah, sitting in that pre-show every night and hearing that song, I was like, we gotta play
Gotta
this
cover
song.
it.
We gotta do this cover.
Very cool. Nice. Okay. Well, speaking of, can't show that one yet. So Gary,
Oh yeah.
Gary right here, how I got to know Gary or know of Gary is the Excel spreadsheet keeper of the Horror Night announcements. Haven't really been that busy this year.
Nope.
but you can see
Not as previous years.
you
No.
see going back here, this and you can see the little @ symbol right there. If you follow @GaryPounds on Twitter, he goes and he documents all of the announcements. I don't think any announcement is actually official until it is on your spreadsheet.
That's true. Universal has to clear every announcement through me first and make sure that I'm ready to put it on the
Yep.
spreadsheet before they can officially announce it. So
That's
if you're
fair.
wondering why there's delayed announcements, it's because I just haven't gotten to my emails. I've been real busy.
It's all your fault.
It's all
It's
my
all
fault.
your
It's
fault.
actually like all the announcements
The
and the
reason we're behind
frequent
is because of
fear.
Gary.
Yep.
Everything is going through Gary
Even the
right
tickets.
now.
Yeah.
Look, we've been pretty busy. I just haven't gotten to my emails. All right, so that's why announcements are.
You know what's
delayed.
funny is if the wrong person heard that, it would be on like the Horror Nights group and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
Pangolin!
on every social media. You guys will be hated to the end of time and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Universal doesn't know who I am.
Well,
Do they know who you are?
I mean, they don't really know who.
They
we
don't
are,
really
so.
know who we are either,
Yeah.
so it's
No
fine.
one knows who we are.
No.
Awesome. So, really excited about Horror Nights this year.
Yes.
We did, we got the spec map. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
Because, friends from Horror Night Nightmares
Looks like
put
some
this
things
out,
have changed on it.
Mhm.
and
Like the
it
zones too have changed on it.
changes.
Yep.
So,
Like that Shutter changed to Crypt TV.
Yes,
Apparently.
I am very excited about
I-
that.
So is
Might-
that just the Crypt Keeper scare zone? Is that basically it?
Well, Crypt TV isn't that. I don't know if it's owned by Universal.
it's like a Roku channel.
It's like a Shutter kinda. They have a lot of like original content with like. I think what they're most known for is like incredible like costume and prosthetic designs like for their
I
monsters.
think I've heard that. I just haven't seen it though.
Yeah.
I thought it was something to do with the Crypt Keeper. It's
Oh.
Crypt TV. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's like a
That would be Tales from the Crypt.
That's right.
would
That's
love
what I
to
was
see
thinking.
Crypt
Tales of the
Keeper come
Crypt.
back.
That's what I grew up on that show as a kid. I
Oh,
know.
me too.
I was thinking of that.
oh,
yeah.
man.
So like Tales from the Crypt is why I love anthology horror like
Yeah,
so much
yeah,
like Creep
basically.
Show and Tales from the Hood. I love Tales from the Hood. It's like one of my
Yeah.
favorite horror movies of all time.
Creep.
VHS.
Yeah. Creep show.
VHS. I'd love
Twilight Zone, Black Mirror.
Yes.
All
Oh,
those.
love
Yes.
Black
I love anthology.
Trick or Treat's anthology movie. I love
Oh,
it. I
Trick or
love.
Treat.
I love anthology
That
movies
should have
and
been my
TV
first
shows.
reference. Trick or
It's a
Treat.
different story every time. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like Tales from the Crypt. Like as a kid, that was like my first foray into like
Yeah, same.
anthology
And
stuff.
Goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I grew up on
OG.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Original Goosebumps.
Yeah.
OG original Goosebumps.
Wow.
Yeah.
R.L. Stein books I read as a kid too. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fear
So
Street.
did you read Fear Street before it came out?
I did not read Fear Street. I
Okay.
didn't even know
Was it
about
a book
no.
before? I don't know.
It was
I
a book. It
I
was a
haven't
book
read it.
before a movie. Yeah.
Because it was. I really enjoyed Fear Street.
I loved it. I loved every single one of them. The second one was my favorite.
Mm.
It had Friday the 13th vibes with the
Ooh.
camp and the.
I've still only seen the first one. I'm trying to find time to watch the other two.
It's very
The other,
solid.
it's really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially the second one.
It touts that line kind of between like anthology and like feature film, just spread out across like 3 segmented films because of how it takes place in different like time periods, and I love that. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I love time period
Mhm.
type shows.
the music in the first one was amazing.
Mhm.
It was like I
Yeah.
am back in the '90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
It
was
kind of felt like a Stranger Things in a
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
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 So.
cool.
I had some minor anachronistic complaints with the 1994 episode, but other than that, it was
Yeah. Why?
It was incredible.
How come I wasn't in it?
Yeah. Why
I
was
should've been
I
a
was
little-
alive in
I should have been a
1994.
little
I was alive in
4-year-old
1994.
running around.
I
in the
was
back.
3.
Yeah.
I could have been in it.
7-year-old me.
I was.
hanging out.
I was.
What movie did you like? 12?
I was in 1994.
Yeah.
I was 16.
Oh my god!
I know,
I
right?
was freaking 3 years old. That's insane.
I was 7.
I'm much closer to death than all of you. So, Horror Nights.
Anyway,
Way to bring down the room, John.
Yeah.
I know.
This is our last
Jeez.
episode, everybody. I hear that some of you have been involved with Horror Nights before in maybe an acting capacity.
Have you really?
It's true.
You guys? Not me.
Yeah, both
I've
of
only
you?
been going to the.
That's
Yeah.
We've done
Yeah,
that.
You
yeah.
both? You've acted in it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
These
Scare
guys,
act, really?
these guys are downplaying it so much, and I hate that they're doing it.
He's like, I'm Jack the Clown.
They're so modest.
Listen, folks, if you're watching this and you're a fan of HHN, John here is a legend. He's downplaying it so much.
Really?
You
Like
guys
what?
better
What
talk
have you
about
done?
it.
I started back as a performer in 2007
Uh-huh.
Wow.
as Leatherface
OG.
in
Oh, wow.
yeah, in the Texas Chainsaw House
Flesh Wounds?
Flesh Wounds, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
the very first one they had?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
nice.
based on the new line series that
Oh,
they came
okay.
out with. And 2008, I was in Streets of Blood, which was right outside of the entrance to the Body Collector's house. That was
Oh, nice.
based on the Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I heard that house was awesome.
It was.
Yeah, it looked great. Yeah, I did the mashup in 2015 with Body Collectors and
Oh, nice.
Psychotherapy. That was a good house.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite house that year.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
good.
2009, I was one of the monsters in Frankenstein: Creation of the Damned.
Ooh, that was a good year. I missed that year, unfortunately. Yeah.
That was
Let's not
Silver.
talk about
That was Silver
2009.
Screams, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ripped
Silver
from the
Screams?
Silver Screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That year.
That was one of the original creations that Universal did to
Fantastic.
go along with the Wolfman house.
Mhm.
That's right.
Nice.
There was a house for the new Wolfman movie, and then there was new, imaginings
There was
of
a new
Frankenstein
Dracula.
and Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dracula Untold. That's right. Yeah.
Well, was it the
Well,
Dracula Untold?
No,
I think it was just
Untold
Jack and Toll was
later.
based on the movie.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Dracula and Frankenstein houses that year were just Universal's take on what an updated look for Dracula and
Oh,
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
cool.
The Frankenstein house was more of a steampunk
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
theme to it.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing the
lots of
YouTube
leather
videos
and
of it.
oils and
Yeah.
things like that. And I guess I did such a good job that year that in 2010 I was in the 20 Years of Fear scare zone as Frankenstein's monster again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was
Cool.
like I was like, oh, I got my role. What am I gonna be? The same exact thing. So it's like I got the costume. I'm like,
That's
oh,
super cool.
I know how to put this on.
I know how to do this.
Feels like going home.
Yeah, it's like putting on a glove.
Same costume.
It must have been easy to do the same character because you already knew what to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a little bit different because there's a lot of differences as being a performer in a house
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to being a performer in the streets.
Yeah.
In a house, you're kind of restricted to how you play that scene. You can't really go outside of the box too much.
Yeah.
Right.
But with the streets, even though you're not as safe as you are in a house,
Yeah.
it offers you a lot more freedom to be a little bit more creative with how
That's
you
cool. Yeah.
perform.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2016, they said, "Hey, we're doing Texas Chainsaw again," and I said, "Sign me up." And I came back one more time to do the role for Leatherface.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
I
got to experience that house that year. It was
chance of you revving up a chainsaw this
Yeah,
year?
they're gonna
Not
have
that they've announced anything.
They
Right.
have Texas again, so
Well,
Yeah.
you
Well,
could relive that again.
I mean,
they did do
they?
They've made the official announcement.
It's not on his spreadsheet.
What?
Oh wait, it
Texas-
is!
It is on
Oh
the
my god,
spreadsheet.
they just announced it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yay!
what I'm saying.
It's
What are you
official.
I
doing?
don't know, man.
Are you
I was
still
too
at the
busy.
table?
I was too busy fixing the
what the
damn
heck?
camera.
They literally announced that like 2
I
weeks
know,
ago
that's
with
right.
Fries.
Yeah, they
What's
had
wrong
the
with
trailer
you?
and
How
everything.
much?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know how many haunts I have to
You know what?
do?
No, I'm gonna find a new host. Anybody? You want?
Oh,
anyone? You guys want to be a
really?
new host? They know.
Let's not. Let's not.
I'm not a good host.
Okay, neither am I apparently.
That's funny. I
Okay,
really thought, I
so
thought you were
yes,
joking for a
that's
second.
right. Oh,
I thought
my days are blurring together. God. Okay, so
Wow.
yes. So, anyways, question stands.
Not this year.
Oh.
I kind of came to the realization that I enjoy Halloween Horror Nights more as a guest than I do as a
Yeah.
performer or
Yeah.
working behind the scenes of the event. So
That's kind of how we feel too. We've been asked if we ever will work it, and we enjoy it more as a guest
yeah.
than we were as scary. I mean, we've done some scaring here and there at some haunts that let us scare,
Mhm.
but I learned that I'd rather be scared than do the scaring.
Yeah,
I'd rather go as a guest
Yeah.
because then I wouldn't be able to do all these haunts that we do. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
so
Kenneth here
Oh yeah,
also has a history. With
my
Halloween
resume.
Horror Nights.
My resume's a lot shorter. I scared for the first time in 2015. I was in Insidious.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
was
nice.
the man who can't breathe in the finale of the house at the very end.
okay.
And then the year after that, I was a football playing vampire in Vamp 55.
Oh my god, that was my favorite
Yeah,
zone
That's a great
ever.
scare zone.
That was a great
That was
scare
a
zone.
great scare
It
zone.
was
Yes.
so much fun, and
Yeah.
it's so weird to have been part of something that has such a
Following.
yeah,
Yeah.
like people loved it so
Like
much.
it exploded
Yeah,
with fandom.
Yeah,
like it
it
was
did.
an awesome zone.
I was definitely no one's favorite character from that zone. Like no one remembers me. You know,
I remember you.
there was you didn't know who. No, you don't.
No,
I remember you kind of you were that football playing vampire.
I
in
was
Vamp
number
55.
23, and I didn't really play much of a character. I was just focused on scaring people.
Oh,
The cool
So-
thing about that zone was there was a lot of characters to connect with.
Exactly.
There was the principal. There was
Yeah.
the teacher.
Right,
There
the
was
ice
the
cream
football
man.
player. The ice cream man. Oh, he was awesome. He was
Yeah.
my favorite.
Greasers.
The
yeah.
greasers, the girls, the dancers.
Yeah.
Yes.
The people,
students.
the people that we don't talk about anymore.
Yes, the people we don't talk
Mhm.
about anymore. But I mean, it was epic. You could just stand there and interact with the characters all
Yeah.
night, and
Yeah.
it
You
was
could make
awesome.
your own stories up.
Yeah.
You could
Yep.
interact.
Yeah.
And that was another
And they
fun
would,
thing.
when you would interact with them, they would interact in character, which was great. They
Yeah.
always stayed in character.
Yep.
I spent
Yeah.
my entire nights in that zone either like prowling like a real monster trying to scare people as much as possible, or if I would see something that I could like riff on,
Yeah.
I would just like walk the entire street with one guest, just joking with them and
Yeah.
talking with them and making up some stories or some stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, those blinking teeth. Anytime I saw that, I'd run up to that person and
Yeah.
be like, "Who bit you? Mine don't do that."
Which you might not-
Those types of interactions like are what I love about Horror Nights. So like
Yeah.
those are the stalking and you know,
Yeah.
like the interactions like
the
that.
true to their character, like you're not my blood type, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which one
Yeah.
greaser told me one night, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
My
That was a
friend,
popular line to
that
use.
was a popular. I'm sure a lot of people use that. My friend had made these hall passes that I used, and I went up to the teacher and the principal, and I actually
Yeah.
took a picture with it. And I'm like, "Hey, I have my hall pass," because she always told me that I was in trouble because I didn't have my
Was
my
that
hall pass.
Sarah?
And that was Sarah. That was
Yeah,
Sarah Smolden. And that
I
was the
remember
teacher.
when she posted that picture.
Yeah, and then the principal,
Hmm.
the main one that was always there. I forgot his name. But
Principal. Well,
Yeah.
my cast, the guy called himself Principal Goodwood.
yeah,
I don't know if the other cast had the same name, but
yeah, I forgot his name, but he always wore the glasses.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was tall one with the hat. But yeah. I think his name was Christopher.
yeah. Mhm.
He was the one that I got to know. He was really cool.
Shelby's in here.
Hey Shelby.
Yeah.
Hello, Crypty Guts.
Shelby, what's up?
Hey,
Noticed
Shelby.
there are a lot of
Hello,
adornments of
Yeah.
There's a
Shelby
lot
here.
of Shelby
It's-
art in here. This place
Yep.
is littered
Oh,
with
I've
Shelby
been
art.
I've been going crazy on buying Shelby's
All the things.
comic book print
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I buy
Incredible.
every single one that
Yep.
she releases.
I have many things. I have more things than I have wall space.
She's an epic artist. I love
Yeah.
her artists.
If I had
Her
more
drawings.
disposable income, I would have done the same. But I had to limit myself to only the ones that were of things that I was actually involved in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have the Vamp one, I have the Invasion one. I didn't scare an Invasion, but I worked,
Yeah.
in other capacities as part of that scare
Mhm.
zone. So
Yeah, their comic book prints are
Great.
just absolutely
They're,
incredible.
Yeah, so
like
good.
those that we got right up there.
oh
That's-
Those were 2018.
Yeah.
Johnny got all of them. I got a few of them, but
I had to pull out
Yeah.
an additional mortgage and buy all
Yeah.
Shelby's prints for $30
Oh, those
a
are the
pop.
ones that were in the
Those
park.
are all of
yeah.
them.
And then
Just,
I think I got all of them in 2019. I think I got all of the ones that she came out with.
Yeah,
in 2019.
I had
Yeah.
to slum it with the magnets.
I didn't have the income, unfortunately, at that time. But I when I got the income, I started buying more of them. So
Okay, everybody, we're describing this. I just on a wall you can't see.
Yeah.
I have Shelby's prints
Yeah,
on the
they're
wall
there.
because if you are not following Crypty Guts on social media, you are wrong.
please, you have to
Awesome.
and buy all of her prints and
Buy all
artwork
the
because
things.
they're freaking amazing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, so going back to this year, some things have not been announced. Some things we're pretty sure are coming back. Is there anything that any of you are looking forward to?
I think the thing that I'm probably looking forward to the most is all the like anniversary stuff, really, just because
Love
like
that.
I love all the stories. I'm a full firm believer in. I'd love to see those represented in some sort of other medium at some point, just because those stories are really rich, and I can't wait to see like how those stories get like told again this year.
Yeah.
And then of course Haunting at Hill House, I can't wait to see how they.
Oh,
Yeah.
that house
build
looks
that.
beautiful.
I'm
Have you guys seen the promo
I'm-
photos
oh,
for
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm going through the series again, which I think a lot of people are right now, and I think people are sleeping on that. I think
I
people
think
are
so,
like,
too.
"Oh,
I
it's
think,
so
yeah.
old. It's 2 years old
Yeah.
or
I
whatever."
think so too.
It's just like that. It's,
Beetlejuice is more older than that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's still
Texas
rough.
Chainsaw Massacre.
It's still
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
They did
40 years old.
American Werewolf in London 2 years in a
Yeah.
row, and that came out in '81.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Wicked Growth is gonna be like a sleeper hit too,
Yeah.
just like how Seeds of Extinction was.
Well, they
Mhm.
do pumpkins so well. Anything pumpkin, Hornets just
They
kills it
do,
every year.
yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
plant related,
Yeah.
they're so like places to hide.
Seeds of Extinction was awesome,
Yeah,
though.
that was really good.
It was so
Like
cool.
it was so
That was great.
neat. Like going through the mall and everything, the deserted mall. I thought
Mm.
that was an epic backstory.
Yeah.
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 I couldn't find the Auntie-Anne's in there.
No.
There was an Auntie-Anne's in
I
there?
was looking for one. I wanted a pretzel and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
man.
probably have pictures. We did the behind the
probably
scenes
do,
too.
yeah. They had like actual grocery store items in there, like Mrs. Fields and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, in the grocery store.
All
They
right.
did
There's a
the
lot of
behind the
great
scenes
Easter
store.
eggs in that
They had the
one.
violent
My joke was
comics.
too close to
They had the
reality.
violent
Yeah.
comics. Yeah, yeah.
There could have been an Auntie-Anne's.
This year looks amazing. It absolutely does. I think a lot of folks, they're like, "Oh, well, why are you bringing Jack back?" Or whatever. But I always think about, well, what about the new people to Horror Nights? They've never seen Jack.
Exactly.
He's
Before
iconic.
25,
Yeah.
I hadn't. Well, I had seen a little bit of that in
Yeah.
20,
Mhm.
but I, it's like give these folks something while we have these people.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be someone's very first year at
Right.
Horror Nights, and they don't know who Jack
Hey
is.
kid,
Right.
don't gatekeep.
Yeah.
Just let
Yeah.
people go and have a good
people-
damn
Yeah.
time.
Have
Right.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
stop
all.
hating.
Mm,
That'd be
all.
like if Disney opens a new park and they don't have Mickey Mouse. Like, where's Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
where's
that's
Or
what people look
complaining
forward
that they
to.
brought Mickey to a new park.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
Michael Moose?
Yeah, Michael Moose. You can't I don't know.
Either way,
it's
you,
dumb.
you can't win.
Right.
People are never satisfied
Right.
no matter what
So-
you do.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna enjoy
Everybody
everything.
just shut up, go pay
Just go
Universal
and
your
have
money,
fun.
have a good time.
Yeah.
Just go and have fun, and that's all. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
I love Jack. I love
Yeah.
that character. I love the stories that come along with the original Horror Nights properties from the past.
Mhm.
I love new stories that are getting created, like we're gonna see this year with like Puppet Theater and Wicked Growth.
Oh yeah.
And
I like the backstories. Like I like the backstories and how they came to be and how they emerged.
Yeah.
I like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
well, like me, I don't
Mhm.
have a history with the event. I've never worked for a theme park, and I've never like scared in an official capacity. I mean, I scare people with my music, but of how bad it is. But
As long as you take pride in it, Gary, that's all that matters.
thank you.
As long as you know it's bad, that's all that matters.
But 2000, I've been going since 2006, and
Yeah.
I've kind of grown up with a lot of these stories and stuff that they've created, and I just love to see them represented officially. And even if they, it doesn't have to. I kind of see both sides of the coin. It doesn't have to always be just rehashing a lot of those stories. I
Yeah.
love to see the new stories represented, and however they want to move the event forward. I am such a big fan of their original creations that I trust
Yeah, same.
wherever they're going to go to make new original creations. So
Right.
I'm excited to see the past represented. It makes sense for the 30th year. If we want to introduce a billion new things starting next year, that's cool too. If they come out tomorrow and we don't see anything represented, or come out next year and we don't see anything represented from years past, I'm going to be totally cool with that. That's
Yeah,
going to be like
that's true.
representing a new generation. But yeah,
I mean,
the people who are
yeah.
mad about Jack this year, yeah, I mean he's a great visual anchor for the event, especially from a marketing perspective. And he's a fun character. And like you said, I think it's a good way to show some new folks who Jack is.
I mean, it is the anniversary year, so you
Yeah,
have to
it just
you
makes
have
sense
to
for
know
this
that
year.
he is gonna be he
Right.
is
Right.
I would understand
is
if
an
they were like
icon,
next
yeah.
year, like, hey, Jack's back again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Halloween Horror Nights 50,
Oh,
60, 70.
99.
Jack's back for his 70th year. Halloween.
And he keeps coming back for
Yeah.
more. But yeah, when
Son of
people are like
Jack.
surprised, I'm
Son
like,
of
you gotta, you
Son
know,
of Jack.
you gotta accept the fact that it is the anniversary year. Obviously, he's gonna be
Right,
back along
right.
with other icons. And
It's
stuff.
hard to have an anniversary year without
Yeah.
Yeah.
something as iconic as Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
He has the longest history as an icon. So
Yeah, and he
you
was
know.
he was the very first one, right?
Original
2000?
one, yeah.
Original one.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, I agree with you, Gary. I've always loved the original houses that they made. Like, I love originality. Like,
Yeah.
the TV and movie houses are awesome, but I always love originality more
Yeah.
because that's cool. It comes from your mind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you actually thought of this, which is cool.
I see it
Ooh,
as
Terror Queen.
there's always
Mhm.
Ooh, the terror.
there's always
The
the
Terror
argument
Queen.
of also like IP versus original, and like I'm a bit partial to that just because like that same argument can be made for music.
Mhm.
It's one thing to play in a cover band, right? And you're doing it to make money and you're playing other people's stuff, and then it's another thing to kind of create your own like new thing. But I also understand it from the other side of the coin. I was never really huge on covers, and then we did this cover album, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's just fun to play in somebody else's sandbox. Somebody else has got toys
Mhm.
that you don't have, and sometimes it's fun to just play with their toys, like playing with those riffs, like those Hollow Notes riffs, those like those keys and those like chord progressions and stuff. It was so much fun. I had a ton of fun. Do I want to go out and start a cover band and start playing around the bars for money? No, definitely not. But I had a ton of fun, and if I think there's that same argument could be made for like these folks in creative. They're doing enough with these IPs that they're having a blast.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, nobody in creative working on an IP is like, you know what, I really sucked working on Beetlejuice. Kind of wish I didn't have to do
So
that.
horrible.
Or like, oh man, I really wish I didn't have to work on Haunted Hill House. It's kind of lame. But no, none of those guys, those people are having the time of their life.
Yeah.
And tell me, besides the occasional Blumhouse house, sorry, I mean, Insidious was great, but like, tell me, we very rarely have a bad IP house represented at the event in recent years. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't like the hardest Blumhouse. I will say that. I stand by that no matter what. Sorry.
Plus,
Ouija 2 RIP.
I feel like the
I was at
IPs
Blumhouse there. I mean, I like the Blumhouse movies, so I was a little biased, but still.
Hey,
Hey.
Jackie's super enthusiast in here. What's up, Jackie?
Oh, hey, what's
Hi,
up?
Jackie.
Hey,
Yeah.
One of
don't
my
say it, man.
favorite YouTubers.
I mean, even a bad house could be fun.
Yeah.
And make the best out of it, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Even if you aren't looking forward to an IP, if you just walk through it, it's still, even if you just mentally treat it like an original house.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have like the money shots of the movies or whatever, but there's still enough originality even in the IPs, like Gary was saying, where it's gonna be a good time.
Right.
So
It's still gonna be fun no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Plus,
Or-
it's like Halloween Horror Nights is the only haunt event that really has access to IPs in that way. It's the only place where you
Exactly.
can walk through
Mhm.
a horror movie, whether it's a classic or a new TV show or whatever it
Right.
is. Because originals are what makes up the bulk of the entire haunt industry, right? Like most
Right.
people are just making up their own stuff, and that's amazing. And Universal's the one place where you can go and actually walk through Stranger Things or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
whatever, The Exorcist, like any of those. It's the only place where you can do that. So like, of course, they should be there. Of course, they should.
Yeah, if that's that's exactly right.
Yeah,
like,
I
that's the
agree.
only place
That's-
you can
yeah.
really do that. So that's got to be the venue to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. To walk through a movie and a TV show, that sounds pretty
What's
cool
better
to me.
than doing that at a
Yeah.
theme park that's based on the movies?
That's
what
true.
I wanna see it.
That's very true.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to ride the movies. I want to scare
Walk
the
the
movies.
movies.
Walk
I want
through
to
them.
walk the
I want to
movies.
walk the
I want
movies.
to.
I want to get murdered by
I
the
wanna
way.
get
too.
murdered.
I want to conga line through the movies.
Yeah, let's do it. It's a big party. I think that the IPs make bring that success to the event where they can riff on their own originals, and that I think that those things work together. The more people they bring into the event, the better the event does, the bigger the event can get. You know, I mean,
Right.
a couple of years ago, we had like 8 houses, and before that it was like 6, and the
Yeah.
number just kind of keeps going up.
Mhm.
Pretty soon we're gonna have like 20 houses to go
Mhm.
through.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Keep going. Stranger Things season 20.
you know
Let's go.
I want to see 3-park Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Volcano
30
Bay.
houses.
Oh,
Just
lobs
water
around.
zombies, yes.
Let's do it.
Hollywood has the terror tram, and we'll have the terror lazy river.
We'll have the
Yeah.
Yes.
we'll have the terror
like float by, it's like,
the Harry Potter train, the Hogwarts Express.
The terror slides.
Yeah.
Where you go down and
exactly.
there's zombies waiting for you at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Awesome.
Perfect.
The 5 slide.
And
Could you imagine? You go down the 5 slide and then like,
then the zombies at the end. Yeah.
That's awesome.
run over, got some pizza fries.
All right. So we're really excited about the event. I know all of you are really, really excited about that. You've got some upcoming shows coming up here. I know it looks small on this screen, but everybody can see this in full
Is that
screen.
someone in a carrot costume?
That is somebody in a carrot
Those
costume.
are Buds and Hopeless Otis from New York. So they're coming down this Thursday from New York City. We're doing a show with
New York
them
City.
at West End and Sanford. And then if you're not able to make it to that, they're also playing with a bunch of friends of ours in Orlando at Uncle Lou's too the next day. So yeah, come on out to Sanford. It's a free show. Great venue, West End and Sanford, and these guys are coming all the way from New York. Also, our buds and Sick Talk, formerly Sin City Saints, they just jumped on the show yesterday too. So they'll be playing with us.
This is hot off the presses.
Hot off the press. We
Nice.
just finalized this yesterday.
And we
so-
just remembered that this was happening only a couple days ago.
Oh, by the way.
we have been
the
so
first
busy.
to announce this. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
Look at that.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
HauntScene exclusive.
Yes.
HauntScene exclusive. Yeah, we
Right.
totally forgot about the show for a little bit.
That's
just
okay
we've been
because
so
sometimes
busy.
I forget. No,
That's
no
okay,
offense.
I-
Sometimes I
yeah.
forget about the guests that we have on the show.
Oh
We
yeah.
easily-
Some people are like, yeah, hey,
Easily
we're still on
forgotten.
for Thursday. I'm like, who are you?
It's okay. He forgot that
I'm just
Texas
kidding.
Chainsaw
I'm just
Massacre
kidding.
was announced, but it's
Oh,
fine.
true.
It's fine.
That's,
Yeah.
hey, do I need to show you our calendar?
Do you
for
need
the
a
next couple months?
spreadsheet to hold for the houses?
I have a spreadsheet for what we do.
Yeah.
All right, jeez. And then you also a little bit later in October, got a show coming up there in Gainesville.
Halloween
Gainesville,
Way
weekend.
up there. That's
Hey.
that's Kirby Farm territory
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
So-
Are you guys getting out and doing some haunted houses this year?
Yes.
Like independent haunts?
Trying to
Oh, yeah.
do
Okay.
every one that we have time to.
Nice.
So it's going to be a little hard. Our schedule is a little bit tight. More on that in a bit. But Fest, for those who don't know about Fest is like, I mean, it's sold out. It's been sold out. For almost a year now.
Oh, so you
It's-
can't even go to
I mean, every Thursday at 4:20 p.m. they release a handful of tickets from folks that have like canceled their passes or whatever because they're very conscious about safety this year with Fest. The organizers of Fest are very conscious about, if you don't feel comfortable with coming to the event, full refunds on your tickets, whatever. So
Mhm.
those tickets that are being like offered up every Thursday, there's like a handful of tickets that go out. Some weeks there's none that go out. Some weeks there's like 12 or 15 that go up, and you just kind of get in a queue, and if you get one, you get one. But it is sold out for the most part, but it's the biggest punk fest in the world.
Oh, very cool.
And we're lucky enough to get an opportunity to play it this year. And this show with our buds, The Longest Haul, those guys headlining at the top, they're on the record label that we share, Havoc Underground. So we're on Havoc Underground with those guys. So it's awesome. Like our first show at Fest, the biggest punk show in the world. And 3 days, hundreds and hundreds of bands, takes over the whole city of Gainesville. And we managed to get our first show with our buds in The Longest Haul.
Yeah,
Play
that's
with them.
cool.
Nice.
So very
Very
lucky
cool.
that worked out that way.
Nice.
And as far as I'm aware, I think that this show is actually free to the general public.
This show is free. So this show that they do at Mother's is kind of like like how they'll do like some of their up and comers, like new folks a lot, because this is our first year playing Fest, also The Longest Haul.
Mhm.
They'll put a lot of those first time folks at this show. That's kind of like a kickoff, up and comers, folks that are new to Fest, and it's a very popular show every year, and it's free this year.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
this show, even if you can't get a ticket to Fest, if you happen to be in the Gainesville area or you're just hanging out or whatever, this show is free. You don't have to have a ticket to
Oh,
Fest to
nice.
get into this
That's
show.
cool.
Nice.
So, but it is in the Fest area. So, if you are at Fest, this is at Mother's. It's right down the road from all the rest of your Fest activities as well. So,
The festivities.
festivities.
Hey, yo.
Festivity. Oh, nice. I
Very
like it.
cool. Very cool.
Nice play on words, guys.
Oh, what's
Thank
this? Sir Henry's Haunted Trail.
Wait, what? Are you
Are-
performing there?
What, I mean, are they?
Are they?
I wish. Sir Henry, we know him on a personal level.
We love Sir Henry.
Just,
you know
Sir-
Sir
just Sir
Henry's?
Henry. You don't.
No
not,
way.
Not Zach.
Not Zach, just
No,
Sir
just
Henry.
Sir
Just Sir
Henry.
Just Sir
Henry.
Henry
I don't
The
know.
himself.
character.
I don't
So-
know Zach.
Cool.
I had a conversation with Sir Henry earlier today,
Oh yeah.
and I mentioned the interest, and there is a possibility that you maybe can play there. Just saying. This is what I do. I bring people together.
We love Sir Henry's Haunted Trail.
Sir Henry is my favorite character from any media.
Yeah, any media better than any Marvel
No,
character.
he's better than Grogu.
better than Grogu.
He's better than anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to like the scare park out there. I think first time together was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
3 years. Yeah. And we loved it. We had a good time out there. We loved how everything was built. We loved how they like integrate the kids. Kids are horrifying.
Yes,
Just in general, I
they
just
are.
can't stand
They
kids to
are.
begin
They
with.
are.
That was
They're
so
the
scary.
creepiest thing there. Let me tell
Yep.
you.
Uh-oh.
Battery exhausted. That's
It's all right.
That's okay, Battery. I'm
Yeah.
exhausted.
I'm
too.
exhausted
Take
too.
a
I
nap.
do, yeah.
Take a nap.
Whoa!
Oh,
Let's do it. Let it ride,
This
Johnny.
Halloween,
I didn't mean to do that.
Orlando's goofiest pop punk band will transform to terrorize you. Prepare to be shocked. Prepare to be horrified. Prepare yourself to meet the family.
Well,
we're
that
back.
was unexpected, but
Surprise!
my little dummy battery for the camera stopped working, so I had to throw another battery in there real quick. So I guess we're on limited time now, and then I must have hit the button to preview that. That is.
That was
Go
epic.
ahead and I would say we should have introduced that clip,
I
but
kind of like how that
I
happened.
love how that happened. Okay, so if you're watching this, what you just saw is this is the culmination of months and months, this entire year of work that we've been working on. So we're huge into the Horror Nights community, big parts of it, all of us, Johnny, as you know. And this year we were like, we're not going to stand idly by while, nothing's really going on. And we were like, finally, we're going to do something that has to do with the haunt community that we love so dearly. And especially leaning towards the HHN community. So we had a couple of songs that were Universal Monsters themed, adjacent, not necessarily specifically in reference, but John had a great song that we were going to put on the album that we have banked about. It's basically about Frankenstein. And I had an idea for a song about Revenge of the Mummy that I wrote a while back, and we were like, hey, you know what? Let's finally do this Universal Monsters themed EP that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
what is an EP?
So an EP is like an album that is basically less than 7 songs by Spotify's standards anyways. So this is a 5-song EP.
It's like a mini album. It stands for
like
extended
I
play.
legitimately didn't know.
I didn't
Okay,
know.
so
I
you
didn't know either.
Because
Yeah,
you
no,
put
I
out that
didn't know.
thing out there, I was like, I don't want to Google it.
Yeah, I wanted
I'm
to,
afraid to ask.
I was curious how many. So when we were working on the trailer that you just saw, I was curious. I was like, I wanted to say EP because that's what it was, but like we're all heavily ingrained in music, and I was like, man, how many people know what EP
I
is?
don't know music.
So I put that out there.
lingo.
Like
Is that stuff
99%
that
of
comes out of the
people.
radio?
Yeah.
Ninety-
Thank you, Kenneth.
Okay, you're welcome.
That's a good way to dumb it down for me. Thanks, I
This is
appreciate
just
that.
like the
This-
show's like
yes,
a comedy
this
of
is-
errors.
yes.
And like 90% of people said they knew what an EP was, so I felt real dumb after that. So essentially like 5 new songs that we're putting out. But then we were like, well, why stop there? What if we did like a stage show?
Right. Well, so John pitched the idea. We were trying to come up with what would be the title of a Universal Classic Monsters themed EP. And John suggested, what if instead of like naming the album, we kind of name ourselves as like a character band, kind of like My Chemical Romance did with the Black Parade, where like for that album they played another band called the Black Parade. So on this we play another band called the Family Ghouls, and we thought, okay, well then if we're gonna play characters as this EP, then we should play a show as like in character as that band.
Ooh.
And that shouldn't just be a normal punk show.
No.
This should be like a stage show.
Yeah, so it evolved from that basically, and we started asking the question. It's like, what if Universal came to Pangolin and said, Pangolin, Bill and Ted's we're not doing Bill and Ted anymore. We want you guys to create a Halloween Horror Night show that you can do 6 times a night, that we can have at Halloween Horror Nights themed to the Universal Monsters. And they're never going to actually ask us that question.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you never say never.
But we want to do it, so we're just doing it ourselves. So we started developing a script. We started having, some very like professional folks help us like proofread it and get a script together and everything. And then it just started going off the rails. So from that point, it was like, all right, now we have scripts, now we have costumes. I'm building custom instruments for this show for all of us to play.
Our instruments also have costumes.
Our instruments have costumes.
That's
So
epic.
that's awesome.
so
That's
we have,
epic.
and then it keeps going. We started building out like full projection mapping, AV elements for the stage, the sound. We have an extra actor that's involved within the show that's not part of the band. That's just part of like the stage show element. We all have our characters, right? So we're essentially the Universal Monsters ish, but legally distinct enough to not be a
Well,
problem.
we are the was it Creative Commons? We're the public domain.
We're
Yeah.
their
version.
kids.
There
We're
we go.
that's in the
Yeah.
state canonically in the show. We are the children of the original Universal Monsters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And-
That's cool.
So and it's basically it's not a punk rock show. It is because we have two bands that are going to be playing the show with us, and it's going to be they're not going to be doing the same like stage show with the story and everything, but they are going to be. It's going to be an incredible Halloween show. Our friends are Escape. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet. They haven't announced anything.
Well,
We'll edit it out later.
Yeah.
they're gonna do something. They're
gonna do something that's similar.
special.
I'm gonna let them announce their own thing though. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but they're doing something incredible as well. That if you're a fan of horror,
Yeah.
you're going to love it too. And they're going to be
Nice.
playing with us. And then another band who is very like horror themed is going to be playing with us as well. And then it'll be
Nice.
our show, which is a full theatrical stage show, set dressing, costumes, script, AV, projection mapping,
Projection
pyrotechnics.
mapping is
It's
a little.
I had to map it, and it is going to be projected.
God,
Okay,
That sounds awesome.
it's not happily ever after, but it's going to be pretty good.
You'd be pretty close.
But yeah, so yeah, it just went crazy, and then like we started telling like a few friends of ours in the haunt community, like yourself, Johnny, and if you're a fan of Halloween Horror Nights, there's songs on this EP and in this show that
I
are
know, I
going
can't
to
wait to
drive you nuts.
We wrote things
Are you gonna
specifically.
have, like-
specifically for the HHN.
Are you gonna have like
Community.
a listening party
Awesome. Yeah.
that I can go
We
to?
should.
We'll sit around a
Well-
conference table.
Well, so it is too. I don't know if you noticed in the trailer, but so the EP comes out on September 3rd, opening day of Horror
Oh,
Nights,
nice.
Opening
That's
night of Horror
perfect.
Nights, the
Yeah.
EP
and
comes
then
out
the show is October 2nd.
a month
So
later.
so it is two separate.
And you said it's gonna be on
Things.
So it's
Spotify.
got like
It's-
a
yeah,
whole
it'll
be
long-
everywhere.
Because they have a whole
It's
bunch
got a-
of
it's got a-
Halloween Horror Nights related songs that they played in the park and stuff on Spotify too.
Right,
yeah.
Wouldn't
So
that be cool?
yeah.
If it would be like,
Would it be
sing
cool?
me an angel, and then Pangolin.
You know what? We got a song. I don't want to say.
Have you?
No,
have
we
you done a
can't say
cover
it.
of
We
that?
can't
Okay,
say it.
there's a song that you just have to wait.
You'll see.
You'll see. But yeah,
Perfect.
if you're a fan of Halloween Horror Nights and like the Universal Monsters and like spooky stuff
And silly stuff.
and just silly stuff, because these songs are goofy too. Like we didn't change to like super silly like horror Pangolin. Like these are still classic goofy. The same guys who wrote a song about Bill Paxton decided to make a Halloween album themed to the Universal
awesome.
Monsters.
That's right on the cover
So-
of the album.
So
That's what
yes,
I'm looking
From the
forward to
minds of the
most.
It's-
Bill Paxton song.
it's we had a hard time describing it based on like what the show is, because it's not like a play. You
It's
know,
not a
like we're still
musical.
playing songs. It's basically like imagine a punk rock show with a story.
Right.
You know, the
It's
full
a
set is
punk
a
opera.
story, and there's it's like a punk opera.
There you go, done. You're
It's
welcome.
not we're not meatloafing it up there, but like
It's
it's
not-
it's not exactly a rock opera. But
It's not the Broadway American Idiot, but
Yeah.
it's closer to like the Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review,
Yeah,
except their original songs. Well, there's some covers in there.
yeah. We
Very
are playing
cool.
2 covers at the show, but yeah, this is 5 original new songs that we wrote just for this theme too. Can we say who?
Yeah, we can say.
There's a Dracula song,
Yes.
A Wolfman
a Wolfman song.
Does it
uh,
reference nerds?
No. But it does reference something equally
Okay.
as funny. But a Dracula song, a Wolfman song, a Frankenstein song, which is a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yeah. Mummy.
And a Mummy song, which is, if you hear it, it is nuts.
You got one for Bride?
No,
No.
but
No
Not
one
yet.
for Bride. Not yet. Okay.
so the plan.
And then an Invisible Man song also.
Yes, there's also a song for the Invisible.
you gotta have Invisible. Oh,
It's the
Creature from the
hidden
Black
track.
Lagoon?
Not yet.
So
Not
this
yet?
is
Okay.
so this is
Let's get the first album
You
out.
gotta get all the classic monsters in. It's only fair.
so when
on,
we
man.
started working on this, like we were still like peak COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, all right, if nothing else, we're going to plan this. And if COVID gets out of hand, we're going to table it and we're going to do it next year. But things are starting to normalize. We're having a bit of a spat with the some anomalies, but the show is still booked and planned as of now. But the goal was, it's like, all right, we'll do it this year. Hopefully people hear about it. And then next year, people will hear about it. And then we'll do it again next year. And hopefully more people will be able to attend. And we'll have a bigger showing next year, right? And then the following year, we'll work on what's essentially going to be Volume 2.
The sequel. The Family Ghouls Part 2.
The squeakquel. And then that will include additional monsters. I fully have a song planned for The Bride, which is going to be actually like a full-on sequel to our existing Frankenstein song, with a guest vocalist as well to help represent, The Bride.
Bride and Frankenstein should be a cover of Shallow, Bradley Cooper in Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Right? There you go. You're sold.
It is now.
And then, like, obviously, we want to do like something to represent each of the monsters. So that's like our goal, is to keep this a thing, because we loved it. We've had more fun doing this than we've done I'm sorry. There's a comment. Oh, that's my wife who said that. Somebody said Creature Song is just splashing sounds.
Track 6.
Nice. So that's the goal, is to like keep it going, because this is the most ambitious thing that we've ever done creatively. Obviously, like, this is beyond just writing songs. Like, we've been designing costumes. We've been working with costumers, like, who know how to like actually do costumes, who've been helping us make like really like good like
Very
costumes
cool.
that we're extremely proud of.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with like extremely professional makeup artists that have worked on like extremely professional shows and stuff. And we're working with folks. If you're a fan of HHN and the HHN community, there are cameos from folks that is going to blow your mind. And when I say blow your mind, like, you have to come to this show.
Yeah.
On October 2nd.
This will not be on the EP, or this will not be on the songs. Like, this is something that will only be at the live show.
There is something on the recording that features legendary folks in our community.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That the people who are just able to listen to the EP will absolutely lose their mind over. But then if you come to the show, there is cameos in that show from legendary people in the Halloween Horror Nights community that, look, it's hard to explain.
Just be there.
And these guys they're playing it down because but I'm telling you, as somebody who's a Horror Nights fan, it has been everything I can do not to lose my shit over the people who have agreed to be part of our crazy little Halloween project.
Yeah, the thing that makes less sense than anything is how willing everyone is to be like, oh yeah, that sounds cool.
Yes.
I'll help you with that. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, there's
Like,
some
if I
awesome,
told you
there are
who
some
these people
amazing
were,
people
there
in the
are. Well,
community.
we've come
No,
to
there
find
are,
out.
yeah.
is,
There
there
are.
really are.
Like,
Yeah.
if I told you who these folks were, you'd be like, that you're full of crap.
Yeah, that's
There's
a
no
lie.
way that they agreed to be a part of
Yeah.
this.
You don't have
And,
the
like,
money for that.
Yeah, like, you don't have the money for that. Like,
Yeah.
Who has money for anything?
yeah, like, and just the fact that, like, just mentioning it to these folks and be like, yeah, that's awesome. We'd love to be a part of it. Like, how can we be a part of it more? And I'm just like, okay,
Go
I
for
guess.
it.
All right.
Write the whole thing.
But yeah, so this is as fans and veterans of Halloween Horror Nights, this is our love letter to the fan community and the event. Universal, if you happen to catch a whiff of this, please don't sue us. We just hope you like it. But yeah, this is our love letter to Halloween Horror Nights,
Yeah.
and more specifically the Universal monsters, which is why we love
Mm-hmm.
horror so much.
Awesome.
You know, like those iconic characters and stories that, you know, we were just the other day sitting around watching some of the Universal monster movies.
We were playing
while
Horrified.
We were playing Horrified while we were
Oh, yeah.
watching.
Oh, that's an awesome game.
And
I've
we're
played
gonna
that before, yeah.
we're gonna do.
Mhm.
Can I talk about that?
Yeah, I think we should.
We're gonna do a stream leading up to it, to where the four of us as a band are going.
That's a great
Hey,
game.
there it is.
Incredible
Hey.
game.
So fun
We're gonna do a stream
to promote the show.
to promote the show, where we're all sitting around, the four of us, and we're trying to defeat four monsters. Our monsters.
The monsters that we represent.
So, like,
Mhm.
in the show, we represent, like, four of the monsters, as you saw in the trailer. And we could play it again for anybody who's just
Yeah,
tuning
we
in,
should play it
but-
again
Yeah,
when we're
let's
done
do it.
talking.
I'm
Yeah.
ready. We got time.
Yeah.
This Halloween, Orlando's goofiest pop punk band will transform to terrorize you. Prepare to be shocked. Prepare to be horrified. Prepare yourself to meet the family.
microphone back on. Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to have to start wrapping this up, everybody. So, be there. Are you going to put that teaser out on your social media?
So it actually probably went live while we were talking.
Oh, okay.
So if you are just tuning in or you missed it or whatever reason, go check out any of our socials. If you just Google @PangolinFL for Florida, @PangolinFL, you'll find all of our stuff. And that trailer should be out there, and we'll have a ticket link live soon. Everybody who comes to the show gets a copy of the EP on CD.
Oh, cool.
And the image behind Johnny and Mel there is the cover of the EP.
Awesome.
That's the album
I need that as like a poster.
Me too.
Or something,
Yeah.
so I can hang it in my
Yeah, I
room.
would
I
love
think-
to.
I think you guys should invest in posters and merchandise so I can buy that.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. T-shirts. I'll love that on a T-shirt.
For sure.
You're speaking
So
our language.
here is all of the social media links. Hopefully I got these correct. You got a link tree. You're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You have a YouTube channel. So if you want to get a little taste of Pangolin, go ahead and subscribe to that.
You can also go on there and see all of the wacky stuff that we've worked on over the past, during the pandemic. We've done, live stream video specials, compilations. We did we remember that we filmed like a short film for our last year. The fest was canceled.
Yeah, it's the best
And they
it
did
ever
a
was.
The Halloween thing. Yeah.
They did a live stream of.
We made a short horror movie.
Yeah, we made a little short film to introduce our set for the virtual Fest That Never Was live stream event that happened last year on Halloween.
Yep.
And that's all on our YouTube. So there's a lot of really goofy stuff to look at on there.
We're dumb.
Awesome. That's all right. That's all right.
It's fun. It's fun.
It
It's all
looks
that
like
matters.
people need to follow you on social media and get all your stuff. Awesome. All right. Any shout outs? Anything you want to say in closing?
Just thanks to everybody who's been helping us work on this in secret. You know who you are. I know some of this stuff is still secret projects, and other folks are kind of working on other things, so I won't, put everybody out there. But thank you for everybody who's helped us pull all this together. And of course, Johnny, thanks for having us on so we could show
Anytime.
everybody what we've been working on. And the first single, we're going to release a single from the EP on August 20th. So
Oh,
the first
sweet.
taste of the EP is going to come out on August 20th, 2 weeks before Halloween Horror Nights opening night. And it is a doozy. And I think we have a music video on its way to accompany that.
Ooh, that's a day before my birthday. That's
Very
a great
cool.
birthday gift. Yes.
There you go.
can't
You're
wait.
welcome. They planned that
They,
around.
they planned it. I knew
We
it.
made
They
it just
planned
for
it.
you.
Yes. Perfect.
Awesome. Very cool. Any other shout outs for any of you?
I'd like to shout out my friends Gary and John here.
Aw.
Thanks, Kenneth.
If they're watching, I think they're really neat.
Yeah.
Aw,
Nice guys.
very cool.
I don't know. Watch Ted Lasso. That's a good show.
That's a good show. Yeah. And September 3rd, EP, October 2nd, live show at Will's Pub. We'll have links. Just check our socials
shouts
for
out.
links. We'll have ticket sales going up
Yeah.
soon. So it's a cheap show, $10 show.
I can,
and you get a
we
free
can
CD.
afford that.
I can do that.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
do
I
that.
think it's in the budget. Yeah, we can handle that.
Nice.
You'll be there for free. Don't worry about it.
Aw, look-
Aww.
Get
We
special-
made it. We made it.
Special guests.
Woo,
Yeah.
Yay.
I want to be on that VIP list.
I do.
And it-
Yes, I do.
We should make a VIP list, but it doesn't offer any benefits.
Yeah.
Just on a list.
Exclusively
Yeah,
HauntScene only.
you're just on the
Yes.
list.
Cool.
Yeah.
With, and Dave Grohl's name will also be on the list.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
bonus
That's the
is.
bonus.
Just in case
You're
it
on a
changes.
list.
On a list with Dave
Dave
Grohl.
Grohl.
Yeah.
You might
Uh,
show up.
Might.
You won't show up.
You might.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all
Thank
so
you guys.
much
Thank
for
you
being
so
on the
much.
show.
It was a
Yeah,
pleasure
thank
meeting
you.
you.
Hopefully
Thank
we
you,
got
guys.
all
Great to
the
meet you.
information
Yes,
out. We're going to wrap this up. So wave goodbye to America.
Bye, America.
Bye.
All right. Okay.
Only America. No, I'm kidding. Bye. Bye everywhere.
Oh,
All right, awesome. Okay, so we've got a couple things that we need to go over. I want to thank our Patreon supporters. We have Patreon supporters. Thank you so much to Raven and John Sebastian Lavelle, Daniel, and Carbonated Life for supporting us on Patreon. I don't know, but they support us on Patreon. So
Okay.
thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you.
Appreciate that. Remember, if you want to support HauntScene, you can go to patreon.com/HauntScene. And 100% of everything you ever donate into the show goes to pay for our show bills. So we're not spending it at the club.
we're
Next
doing
week
that
on the
anyway.
show, I want to thank Pangolin for kicking off our spooky season because now I'm all spooky.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome,
Next
Carter.
week on the show, starting on Tuesday, we'll be talking to
Stream!
Patrick Braillard, maybe some other folks from Scream and Stream.
Yeah.
Remember, in August, we're doing approximately 2 shows a week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure that you tune into HauntScene Live because we'll be doing that. I think we're going to be doing the haunt shows on Facebook. I haven't made that decision yet. But we'll be there on Tuesday, August 3rd and Thursday, and then we're getting into it. So we've got all kinds of haunts we've never talked to before. Very excited about that. And yeah. So hopefully I'll get these stupid camera things fixed before next week because that
Well, hopefully
really...
that won't happen again. That was
I
weird.
don't know what I was unplugging things and plugging things in and swapping batteries or whatever.
It was a spooky version. It was
Just
dark, dark
doing it
screen.
live. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up and roll credits. I think that's all we have to do. Oh, by the way, I always forget this. Yeah, make sure you follow us on social media. I
Yeah,
always
don't forget about
that.
us.
Yes. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on. We're on all the major platforms. Just follow us. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, I do appreciate you. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So anything else?
No. As always, thank you everyone for joining us.
All right.
As you do every Tuesday. Thank you. Appreciate
Right.
it.
So we're going to go ahead and roll credits. Till next time, spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Give me some treats.